Welcome back. Week 6 of Wake Up with Will Mom Edition. I'm Will Thomas. Joining me as always is the one that thinks she knows sports, but getting really to actually not knowing sports, my mother, SharonRateike. Welcome to the podcast.
Worst intro ever.
Welcome
really?
back to the podcast.
Golf clap. Golf clap. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Pod 6. A lot of breaking news happening over the weekend. The first big one, obviously. Well, with our podcast, we're on Spotify now.
Yeah. Well, because we were locking people out of
Yeah.
What were we on Twitter?
No
comments.
We're on
now
YouTube. We're on YouTube. We were on YouTube. And now we're gonna go on YouTube and Spotify. So if you want to see our beautiful faces and hear our backgrounds and hear
our
everything,
lovely voices.
Well, if they want to see our lovely voices, they can just listen on Spotify. If they want to see our lovely faces, they can listen to us on YouTube.
This dolled up fancy. This is the end of the day. Although I know it's the beginning of a new day when this goes on.
Nice.
This is the end of a long day. So yeah.
We all have long days.
I have my favorite outfits. So my Baraboo Hills Campground sweatshirt again. I think I wore this last week. Might have to start tracking that since we're getting to we'll pretty soon be in the double digits.
Yes, week 6.
So if I go weeks in a row wearing it, I might get a reputation of not changing my clothes. But I got a few things I like to wear around the house. I got my 2 Under Armour shorts
your beer pajamas.
My beer pajamas now that I wore out this morning. I wore those this morning to get an oil change at 7:30, and then I had to get coffee at Quick Trip. Oh. So I had to run across the street, with all the traffic in the morning, and people were looking at me funny. Yeah, I was in Wisconsin. I think they were looking at me funny. Yeah, it was fine, but I think there was some jealousy actually of how cool my beer pants were. Oh. But yeah, then I got my beer shirts that I normally wear, but I wanted to make sure I don't carry out a reputation of alcohol beverage consumption, so switching it up.
Here on Wake Up with Will, we only promote alcohol for people who are over the age of 21 and can drink it legally. That's the only time.
Responsible drinking.
Yes, but no, we're gonna jump right into this podcast because a lot of things have happened since we last recorded.
Wow.
The first thing.
I guess I've had my head in a hole.
Well, the big thing is, are you hearing my echo?
No, echo.
Oh, I'm hearing an echo. I wonder if you're echoing. I'm echoing on your side, but whatever. Who cares? We'll make it work.
You're not echoing with me.
Weird.
You play with I can't even tell you what to do. I have no idea.
Yeah. But
no freaking idea.
We're gonna jump right in. Braun, the Brewers, officially announced that he was retiring today, or yesterday, Tuesday.
But what's that about? He can't retire mid-season. I mean, he's not mid-season. I guess it's the end of the season.
He hasn't been playing.
I mean,
Mom, he's not. Okay. Listen. Before you go to question, he isn't on any team. His contract ended last year, and he decided he's going to take this year, spend time with the family, and maybe come back and play baseball. But he decided he's going to retire. He will be at Miller Park, which is now American Family Field, next weekend for the final Brewers home game.
So he'll be dressed for the final Brewers home game, even though
I don't know if he'll be dressed, but that's going to be like his send-off going away. But
because he's still considered a Brewer, even though his contract ended and he took a year off.
He's not technically on the Brewer roster, but he was a 14-year playing career all with the Brewers. He's a lifer. He's a Brewer for life.
I don't know. I think you kind of miss out. I think it'd be like me going to a job for 14 years and then going to a different job, but then saying I'm retiring and wanting the job that I was at to throw me the party. I don't think that's the way it should go.
He didn't go to a different job.
Well, not doing a job is just the same as going to a different job. You didn't show up. You weren't there.
I think he deserves every sign of respect that every Wisconsin
I know
person.
You love Ryan Braun. I have issues with his steroid use.
He will have his jersey retired in Milwaukee Brewery. He will
really? You think so?
For sure. What he did for the Milwaukee City, for the Brewers, he brought them out. He came into the league in 2007. 2008, we were in the playoffs for the first time since 1982. 2011, he was part of that team when we won the division for the first time since 1982.
And you think this all is around him? Don't you think if it was all around him, we would have had something to talk about in 09, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19?
He's the star of the team, Mom. He's the face that brought it. He was our best player through a 14-year career, dedicated everything to the city of Milwaukee. And the Brewer fan base. So, congratulations, Ryan Braun, on a great career.
Congratulations. Where does he live? In Milwaukee?
Heck, no, he lives in California.
See, I don't get that. I don't think that's right. I think if you're part of a team, you should live in the team area. Like he should be living in Brookfield or Waukesha.
He's not on the team.
But he's
when he was on the team, he lived in Wisconsin for at least.
So he took a year off because he didn't know what to do. He found himself.
He retired last year, but didn't officially retire.
What was he figuring out? Was he like going to
he's got 2 kids
life
under the
coaching
age of 5.
or what?
He wanted to be a dad. He wanted to spend time with his kids. They're two under 5, and I think there was always always a chance of maybe he tries to come back at the end of this year, get on the Brewers team, and make one last final run for that World Series ring. I think that's what he was waiting for. But after he finally figuring out that other Brewer news, threw a no-hitter last Saturday against.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome.
First no-hitter since Juan Nieves did it on April 15th.
And they did it away.
1987. Yeah, did it in Cleveland.
Yep,
I just want to hear, because we got a lot to talk about, so I want to get your quick thoughts. Craig Counsell pulled the starting pitcher after 8 innings and then put in the closer to finish the no-hitter. Are you okay with that move, or would you have rather let it ride with the starting pitcher who's done 8 innings of no-hit work and see if he can do
Why would you disrupt the flow? Like, seriously, why? Unless he was seeing something in the pitching. And I'll be honest,
he was at 115 pitches. He was at 115 pitches. So that is.
So what's the max? That means
there's no max, but usually pitchers throw about 100 pitches per outing.
Okay. So he was probably afraid of injury, overuse injury, or getting sloppy as he gets tired. So I think with that, it's a good call. He's going to know his pitchers best. So he's going to know how far he can push them, who can handle what. And he probably can actually pick up those little key things when he knows they're starting to get a little loose and a little sloppy. So I don't think it's a bad move. I don't know. Sometimes I don't like to disrupt the flow of things. I probably would have kept him in and then rested him for a week. I have no idea. I don't know what the rest pattern is. You explained that to me once, and I'm just glad to know there's 5 pitchers on a team or something, but I don't, all I know is, I don't think I would have disrupted that because I would have wanted the no hitter. And what do you think?
I see both sides. As a fan, as somebody,
Switzerland, you are.
Well, as someone, I would have loved to see Corbin. Is my audio coming out of your computer or your headphones?
In my headphones.
Weird. I can hear myself. It's so weird.
You have to play with one of your cords there.
No, it's on your end because I can hear it through my headphones, which means it's coming through your mic. Science. No, so how I feel about this is personally, I would have loved to see Corbin Burns take it himself. I think he deserves the chance to go for a no-hitter by himself. But I also, as a Brewers fan, and not having a no-hitter since 1987, putting in Josh Hader, the best closer in baseball right now, gave us the best chance of having that no-hitter. And yes, it is a combined no-hitter. I get it.
Yeah.
But, so there's some of me that's I'm super excited that it finally happened, that I have seen a Brewer no-hitter in my lifetime because it hasn't happened.
Is it that rare? There's never been a Brewer no-hitter in your lifetime?
No, the last one, Juan Nieves was the last one to do it since 1987.
In 87? You're kidding me.
April 15th. 1987 in Baltimore.
April 15th. Oh my gosh, tax day. Oh my gosh, what was I doing? April 15th, 1987. I would have been in 6th grade.
You're going to school.
Crazy. I was probably at school, yeah.
So as a Brewers fan, I'm happy to see it. I'm kind of sad because I wish I would have, for Corbin Burns' sake, I wish he would have had the opportunity to do it himself. But nevertheless, he'll still be in the record books. Just you're going to have another name with Josh Hader next to it. But
yeah, I do think I think
it is what it is.
It's not a combined. It's you can't call it a combined. You can call it an assist.
Yeah.
He got an assist.
Josh Hader got the assist. Corbin Burns did it all. I mean, hey.
Right? That's what they should do.
But it was it was fun to see. I'm happy. A lot of Brewer news. 5 games till they clinched
So
the
you
division.
watched the game?
Oh yes.
You watched it?
Well,
I was watching football.
No, I did not watch the full game.
Okay.
We didn't watch it because the Iowa game was obviously on Saturday. So I was watching the Iowa game, and I heard about the Brewers no hitter going on. So I turned it on, and as soon as I turned it on, Corbin Burns issued a walk. So he couldn't have a perfect game. So a perfect game is no errors, no walks, no hits. A no hitter is obviously just no hits. So we turned it on. The first batter, he walked, so I turned it right off because I'm like,
you think you were jinxing him?
I think I was bad luck. I didn't want to ruin it, so I'm like,
oh my gosh, you baseball people in this luck thing. Yeah. That's because you're a baseball player. That's why you think that. You think literally you turning on the TV was like, gotta walk. I don't think so.
I didn't end up watching it until the 9th inning, and then I watched the 9th inning when Josh Hader came in.
Okay, all right,
but
that's cool. I watched really the ticker tape.
Yeah, it was definitely really cool to see. But Brewers 5 games out from clinching the division. They need to win 11 out of their 18 remaining games to hit that magic number of 100. They've never won 100 games in a season before. The highest they've ever gone.
How close are they to 100?
11 wins away.
And they still have how many games left?
18. They need to go 11-7 in the final 18.
Wow, they could actually do it.
They're gonna do it. They play Detroit for the next, like 3 days. So
Detroit has a team. What's Detroit's name of their team?
The Tigers.
Oh, there you go.
So
that's right, the Lions and the Tigers and the Bears. Oh my. Do they? What else? Basketball. What's Detroit basketball's team?
Pistons.
Bears. Pistons. Yeah, I know this stuff. I don't care about basketball.
Detroit's hockey team, the Red Wings.
I think I knew that because I always think of the shoes when I. Yeah, it's Red Wing shoes.
So yeah, the Brewers, obviously their highest win totals ever is sitting at 96. They've done that twice, 2018 and 2011. So I think they'll be
close.
They'll take out 96, no problem. I think it'd be kind of cool to see them hit 100 wins. They deserve it.
I think that'd be neat. What do you think George Webb's going to do if they hit 100 wins?
Absolutely nothing. They got to win like 12 games in a row. Hey, if they end up 18-0,
is that the thing? George Webb still you have to hit 13 games.
1987 started that whole thing.
So I know.
So.
Or 87 or was it 82?
No, 87 was the George Webb.
Was it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I remember 82.
They had that crazy start in April. That was the big thing.
That is amazing. Okay, well, I'm thinking somebody's going to come up with something. Maybe Culver's give away free custard.
Free fries, free food. Culver's gives away free food if the Brewers hit 100 wins. Culver's gives away free
fries. Their fries rock. Their burgers are good, but their fries are
everything rocks at Culver's. Everything.
Curds. I don't like their cheese curds. I don't think they have good cheese.
You're lactose intolerant, so that's why. That's why you can't like something with cheese.
Judgy.
It's coming out. It's coming out of the back end way too quick for you to enjoy it.
Not good. It's not fun.
Yeah, but
the fries are good. Go ahead.
I want to jump in. Big week of football. Lots of things happened. Craziness. First real weekend of college, NFL, football every day, everywhere. All day. You turn on the TV, there's a football game going on. So I want to start with college football. First of all, did you watch a lot of college football this weekend?
I did, and I got a little pissy because I lost. Like there was a lot of upsets. The teams I picked did not win.
Yeah,
I was not happy with that at all.
I don't know. Did you look at the updated rankings and do your homework?
I did.
So I want to hear who do you think.
More homework, Will.
Who do you
Hold on.
Who's your rank too high and rank too low for college football out in the new rankings?
Well, I was trying to not be judgy because Michigan's number 25.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they should be on there.
Okay.
But I'm trying to do it because I don't like Michigan.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking right now after this weekend, I mean, LSU isn't even on here.
Yeah, it's because they lost 2 weekends ago.
Yeah, well, they should be on. So they're too low because they don't even make it. I mean, who's ASU?
Arizona
I don't
State
even know what
University.
who? Arizona State?
Yeah.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Iowa State's still on here. They're ranked too high.
They're ranked too high. Iowa State after.
Yeah, after the Hawkeyes beat them. Did you do your little dance?
Mm-hmm.
Little finger dance?
I'm
Huck, he
repping,
got it.
repping my Hawkeyes today.
That was a great game.
Number 5 in the nation, but in my eyes,
Yep.
they're ranked too high.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in your eyes they're always going to be number 1.
No, they're ranked too high.
Little hearts come out of your eyes. Why are they ranked too high?
This is why. The Iowa football team is the only FBS college football team to have 2 ranked wins on the season. Yes, that's impressive. They beat Indiana, they beat Iowa State, both very handily. But when I look at rankings, the offense of Iowa is not a top 5 offense in college football. It's not. Their offense.
Yeah, but look who they're ranked with. The Ducks.
Oregon, who went into Ohio State. So I see why Iowa's at number 5, but I think they made that's a 5-spot jump. I honestly was expecting to be at about 8 and 7. They're going to be number 8 or number 7. That's where I was
thinking. You thought? Well, they were 10, so it's not like they jumped from like 20th up there.
But
I mean,
the rankings are based on wins. But I personally, I don't think like if Iowa went up against an Alabama, they'd lose by about 35 points, in my opinion.
Well, I don't like it that Ohio State dropped 6. That I don't think
they lost. That's big.
Well, I know, but come on.
So that's one of my that's one of my 2 high ranked. I don't think Iowa should be number 5. I think they should be about 7 or 8, just because the offense isn't there yet. If the offense was the reason they were winning so big, I mean, the defense is the reason they're winning so big. Iowa had 4 turnovers against Iowa State. One of them was a touchdown. Against Indiana, I think they had 3 turnovers. 2 of them were pick sixes. Like, that's 21 points that your defense is scoring, and your defense is keeping teams under 25 points for 24 straight games.
Defense doing all the work.
Yeah. So the reason the ranks are high, but I think to be ranked number 5, you have to have an offense, and the offense isn't just there yet, which is normal for Iowa. They're never a big offensive flashy team. No, I wouldn't say they're young. I was just not a flashy offensive team. They're not going to air it out and go quick. It's going to be, we're going to run the ball up the middle 400 times and then wear you down. No different than how Wisconsin plays. So I see they're good. They got 2 wins, but right now I think even if they because they play Kent State next week and then Colorado State, even if they win those games, I wouldn't be surprised.
Kent State. Where's Kent State out of?
I think the Midwest.
Kentucky. Kent State. I don't see them as.
I wonder if it is Kentucky State. That would make sense. I don't know.
Kentucky. We'll have to Google the S Surrey.
But that's my opinion on Iowa, is they could drop back even with wins. My other team that's ranked too high, because I did 2 teams that were ranked too high, and then I have 1 team that's ranked too low. My other team, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish.
Yeah,
number 12.
They always are.
They did drop points, but this is a team that all of a sudden had so much hype they could be in the college football playoff. They barely beat Florida State, who just lost to Jacksonville State, a no-name BS team. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So they barely beat them. And then they barely beat Toledo. They needed Jack Cohen to go down with 1 minute and 12 seconds left to win by a touchdown. Are you serious? And they're going to come in number 12? No, they should be back in the pack. Put them in 18, 19. They are not that good. Too high.
What's the rule? A win's a win. Doesn't matter how you get there. You might have to fix it.
That's great.
You might have to work on it at the end. But a win is a win. So get the win and then go back and fix
this isn't ranking wins and losses. This is ranking how good your team is. And that team ain't that good.
Well, get them out of there. Write a letter, Will. Write your congressman. How about this? Wait, I got one. When you're looking at
I'm not finished.
Oh, go. Then
I gotta do my ranked who's too low. My team that's ranked too low is the Mormons of BYU.
Yeah, you think so?
Number 23.
They are
2-0 on the year. They have 2 wins against Pac-12 teams, which is impressive as a team that's not in a Power 5 conference. They're a good football team. They're going to have a big test this weekend against Arizona State. So I think if they win that, obviously they're going to be 3-0. They prove themselves. I wouldn't be surprised to jump into the top 15, where I think they.
So how does their offense look? Is it better than Iowa's?
If Iowa and BYU played, Iowa would win.
Okay. All right. So BYU's good, but not compared to a better conference.
Yeah, I think they've won 2 games. They beat Arizona. They beat Utah. Utah is usually pretty respectful. So is Arizona. They aren't top programs in the Pac-12. I mean, Utah flashes every once in a while. But I think BYU definitely showed that they compete. And I don't want to say they're a top 10 team right now, but I think they're definitely a top 15 range team. So coming in at 23 is a little low for me.
Yeah. Where would you put them at?
Probably around that like 16, 17 range.
You'd bump out CCU?
Coastal Carolina's a good football team too.
Get them out of there. How about Miami? I'd get them out of there. Miami's always ranked. There's no reason. Miami gets ranked because they're Miami.
Yeah, I don't think Miami's
get it out.
They got blown out by Alabama in week 1, so they're 1-1. They'll be out after they lose to Michigan State this week.
That would be okay. Yeah. There you go. I think that's fine. Alabama's just sitting at number 1.
Yeah, they'll stay there for the whole season unless they lose. They're the best team by far in college football right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. I beg to differ.
I haven't seen anybody that can compete with them on the offensive level. Now, they have a big game against Florida this weekend, number 11 Florida. So we'll kind of really see
the Gators
who Alabama is this weekend. But I think this is just going to be an exclamation point when they beat Florida by 14.5 points or something. By more than 14.
That'll be a fun game to watch, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Florida will really wanting to prove themselves because they went up by 2. They went up 2 in the rankings.
Yeah.
They're going to want to, I mean, they win that game.
Anytime you beat Alabama, it's a big statement win. It shows who you are.
Really? Okay.
It gives you the talking of, hey, we should be up in the talk for being the best team in college football.
Well, maybe they'll knock Iowa out of 5 and you'll be happy then.
Yeah, maybe. But hey, who knows?
You're supposed to love Iowa. You're supposed to be true to your.
I am, but I'm being honest with myself. I don't believe they're a top 5 team right now. Their defense is a top 5 team. Their offense is not. You gotta have both.
This is a get real session. Yeah. Be honest with yourself.
You don't want to give our hopes. Now, I think Iowa can go undefeated. But I think Iowa could go undefeated this year.
You think they can or they can't?
For sure. They can. Their schedule works perfectly. They have one.
Then how can you say they can go undefeated? How can you say they can go undefeated, but they don't deserve the ranking they're at? That doesn't make any sense.
They're not a top 5. I think they're not a top 5 team after week 2.
So they're a lucky team?
No, they deserve both their wins. But if their offense starts clicking and their defense keeps playing the way, they'll be a top 5 team in my mind. No matter. It's the fact that the offense isn't putting up big numbers yet.
Okay.
But
they do have to show up. You can't put the whole game on the defense because the defense they wear it down.
At some point, the offense is going to need a game that the defense has won the first 2 games. At some point, the offense is going to need to win a game for the defense. And when that happens, when I see that, then I can say they're a top 5 team, because when you play the big dogs such as Oregon, Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, you need your offense. You need your offense to really hang with them because they're going to score points.
That makes sense.
So, but Iowa, easy schedule, pretty much down the road. 2 big games, home against Penn State, October 9th, which is going to be a home game. 70,000 tickets already sold out as of today.
You're kidding me. 70,000?
Yep, the game sold out.
Holy Jesus.
And then October 30th.
That's a lot of people.
October 30th.
Y'all going to wear masks?
Hell no, we're in Iowa. COVID ain't real.
Are they showing COVID? Everybody will be sneezing. Give them a pack of Kleenex on the way in the door.
But then Iowa's other big games, October 30th in Madison, Wisconsin against Wisconsin Badgers. That's going to be a big game.
October 30th? That will be a big game.
It'll be like a 13-9 football game.
Those are so boring. Gosh, those games just make me want to put my head through a wall.
That's Big Ten football.
Yeah. Yuck. No, that's not fun football though. That's just I don't know. That, and when NFL games are like that too, I just got to turn the channel. I stop watching it. I might not turn the channel.
You don't love the sport then?
No, I do. I have no patience for get out there and play. Well, and then people say, well, it's because they're playing. The other team has great defense. There's two great defenses. I don't know. Fix your offense. I don't like me. That's excuse. Excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody has one. Go out there and score some dang points. Make it fun. Make it close. We had some fun games.
Did you?
We had, Tommy Boy,
Oh,
Cowgirls,
NFL. Yeah.
NFL.
The
Yeah.
NFL was back in action this week. But
Yeah. One game that was not were the Packers and Karen. She did a terrible job.
Yeah, Karen Rodgers did not show up this
She
week.
did. She went and she forgot to. She was wearing her lace panties. Forgot to put on her briefs.
So what are your takeaways from this first week of NFL throughout every game? What are your big takeaways from these games?
Well, what got me the most, I have to recap first. I have to kind of work backwards because you know me, I get into the games and then I'm like, I yell and I swear under my breath because that's the kind of person I'm, that person that talks himself like they're crazy. So I had to turn off the game last night with the Raiders and the Ravens.
Why?
Because they went into overtime. I was exhausted.
Wait, so what broadcast were you watching? Were you watching the regular one, or were you watching Peyton and Eli?
Shut the front door. They were on
ESPN2.
How did I miss? What? Do we even have ESPN2?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You literally have to click down on your remote one more time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think you just ruined my entire night.
No,
I've been wanting those. So how do I find out? Oh, how do I find out what games they cover?
They only do Monday night.
All the Monday night games.
Not all of them, but like a majority of them.
I think it's like 6 of them, right?
No, I think
6 Monday night games because I remember that being the number. Okay, so I got to watch it. Dang it! I hope they recorded it. I'll have to catch it on tomorrow night when there's no football on.
ESPN Plus might have it.
Yeah, hopefully. I got to watch Peyton's place for the first time. Peyton and Tommy Boy hitting golf balls off of what's his face's house, who announces golf and hands out
Jim Nance.
Yeah, that was funny. I got to see the whole thing. Oh my gosh, 2 greats talking to each other, having a conversation, exchanging stories, perceptions of the games they played against each other, players they shared. The fact that Tom looked up to Peyton because Peyton was playing for 2 years when Tom got in, and Tom's just, I don't know. I hope that there's nothing ever comes out that Tom Brady ends up being some kind of real not a good person. Yeah, because he has such a humbleness about him and reality. And he's like, look, I was picked 199. I tell new guys all the time. He goes, I knew for sure I was going to get that chance to be on the field when I forget who the heck their quarterback for the Patriots got injured. And he goes, I had that chance and I knew I may never get another one. So I had to go out there and I was going to make sure they were never going to take me off that field. So he played like that. That's how people should do things in general. I could go into a whole soapbox, but when just to say you can be 199 in the overall pick and still look at him. Everybody, he didn't even start. He was like, number 4 for the Patriots. He was like number 3 for Michigan, number 2. He didn't even start until, I think
it's senior year.
Senior year. Yeah. He started senior year in Michigan, but high school, he didn't even start. Like sophomore year, I don't think it was starting.
Well, he's
maybe
not the most athletic looking
even
kid.
Playing. Right. Oh, I watched him do his 40-yard dash. That was pathetic. That looked like Nana running. So that should not.
Hey, before we get too off topic, did you?
Yeah, I know.
Did you watch your kid on it? He gave you ESPN Plus. Did you watch your kid making ESPN?
Yes. I had. Somebody I know was announcing for girls soccer, was it?
Yes.
ESPN Plus on Sunday.
Saturday.
And
Sunday,
Saturday. No, it was Sunday. Western Illinois. Yeah, because I didn't watch a football game for you. Dad was in the garage watching football in the garage because he looked at me and he goes, well, can't you put that on a laptop? And I said, well, no, it's on the TV. I don't know how to put it on a laptop. And he's like, well, you just have to add the app. And you know me in technology. So I'm like, no, it's on the 55 or 62 inch TV in the living room. So I'm watching it. So I said, there's 4 other TVs in the house. Football can see, look at that. The only time you'll ever hear me say football can be put on another TV. So Dad had to go in the garage and watch it on the big TV out there. But and then what was great is because the TV, he hit a wrong button. He watched the whole game in Spanish. He couldn't the entire game commentated in Spanish. He was,
oh my God. That's funny.
The only thing that was in English was the commercials. Oh my God. I wanted to watch it just because I wanted to, like, maybe I was going to learn Spanish that day. But yeah, great job. Western Illinois took the win 4-1.
4-1, 5 in a row.
Great job. Great job announcing.
Thank you.
Really, you guys did a good job. Nice weather. You had a good crowd too.
It was not very warm out. I am very red. My nose is bright red right now. I look like Rudolph.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's okay.
Good to get back on the ESPN game call. And so stay tuned. But
get
back to the podcast. We got to get back to this NFL stuff. So takeaways. What were your takeaways for this weekend?
Takeaways were that the Bears needed to score that touchdown. They drove the ball all the way to the goal line, all the way there. They were in 2 yards and they didn't do it. Had they scored that touchdown, they would have changed the momentum of that game. I mean, it would have came in and it would have been a little bit more like the Rams probably would have been like, oh, we actually got a team to play. And I think the Bears are doing better.
Talking about that first drive? That first drive where they threw the interception?
Yes.
They teased all Bears fans by putting Justin Fields in the red zone. He went 1 for 1 for 9 yards in that possession, and then they put Andy Dalton in, and he came back and threw an interception.
Yeah, I know. Well, So I loved it that they put Fields in there, and he proved himself. He got them there, and so did Dalton, but Fields got them that close, and then Dalton did that. And then they were flip-flopping them the whole time, which, whatever, do what you want to do. I mean, I don't know if we're going to have a good quarterback. I really don't. I mean, Fields seems to do it, but Fields was getting sacked. Fields was throwing. He was making bad passes.
You need Fields to become your starting quarterback, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know if Dalton's going to let that happen. I mean, I don't know what Dalton's doing with his hair. That was some wildfire going on top of his head. So
Red Rifle.
Get that under. Red Rifle. Yeah, not Red Rocket. Red Rifle. But so that was a takeaway. So that was a game Sunday night that we yelled at the TV a lot. Then the Packers Saints was a lot of laughter. So we laughed a lot at that game just because they got spanked. Yep. They got spanked. And like we talked about last time, Packers fans are loyal fans to the team. Like you have to be loyal. If you're a team player on the Packers, you better be loyal to Wisconsin and all the fans, all the owners of the team, because they expect that. And if you decide to do whatever you want to do, whatever vacations, whatever playground you want to go on, wherever you want to little traipse off to, it looks like you're not being loyal to the fans and the state and the organization, I think it showed. I think that was a huge reason. I think the cohesiveness of the team is lost, and Rodgers won't recover it. He'll end up being done this year. In my eyes, if he doesn't start stepping up, I think they bench him within the next 4 weeks. That would be me. Like, I would start bringing in, I don't know, do a Fields Red Rifle kind of thing like Chicago did, like bring in the other guy for like a play and make Rodgers a little nervous. But he's got to step up, and he's got to take some ownership and be mad at himself and not blame everybody. Yeah, he's the leader. He's the leader.
I get that.
Let me see. I'm looking here at my numbers. Chiefs and Browns. That was a good game. My Mahomie. Man, it was sad to see Baker. He threw an interception at the end, right?
Yep.
So that bummed me out because I like Baker, but I like Mahomie a little better. So it was nice to see the Chiefs get the win with that. But I don't want the Chiefs starting off a little cocky. Because
let me throw some stats at you from that game.
Oh, Jesus.
You probably don't know.
Okay.
That game was the 10th time that Patrick Mahomes has come back from 10 points down.
Okay.
And Baker Mayfield now holds the lead for most interceptions in the fourth quarter, I think, with 16.
Really? So he's new to the sport. I mean, to NFL. He's only been in here for like 3 or 4 years.
Because you're a pretty big Mahomes fan. Does that worry you that he has come back 10 times from 10 points down to win football games?
No, I think that's fantastic. Brady does the same thing. Favre used to do it all the time. Favre and Brady, man, and it was almost like when I was a huge Packer fan, Favre was there. We didn't care. You'd be behind by 20 points, 30 points, doesn't matter. It's like, oh, you're in the fourth quarter, so he's going to make it up. He's going to throw some amazing. He's going to have some amazing runs. He's going to throw some amazing passes. His guys are going to connect because he knew how to lead the team. And we're going to come back and win. We'll win by a point or two, but who cares? A win's a win. Brady does the same stuff. And that's where I think like Mahomes. So I think he's kind of on that same, it makes everybody uneasy and nervous. And you have all the naysayers. But you know me, I've sat in front of the football, be like, minute 30 left and they're down by a touchdown and they have to, 2 touchdowns. I'm like, just give them a chance. You just don't know who's going to intercept, that somebody's going to go and run the entire field on the return kick. You have to give them a chance, because when these I say kids, these guys want to play. I mean, they want the win too. So no, it doesn't make me nervous. Not a bit. It makes me nervous about Baker. I mean, that's not a good stat to have.
No.
I mean, that's one of those stats that actually can get in your head and mess with you, because you're going to be thinking about it like, sheesh, more fourth quarter, I usually throw an interception. When am I going to throw it? I'd almost throw it on purpose, get it over with. Okay, let's move forward.
Okay.
Get it done. Yeah. So I'm just looking here. Yeah. For a small amount of time, the Bears were leading the division. They were winning the division, and then they played.
Yeah. Yep. I mean,
then they played.
They're technically not even they're leading the division still.
How's that?
Because everybody in the division's 0-1.
Yeah, that's true. They were the last ones to get it, so they're doing it.
Alphabetical order, they would be the first one in the standings.
Alphabetical order. I was bummed to see the Jets lose, because they did a beautiful documentary on the Jets coach. Don't make that face.
Well,
the Jets
I was happy to see the Jets lose. I took the Carolina Panthers on Survivor.
They had this huge documentary on 9/11 and how 9/11, he was a banker, a financial advisor banker, and 9/11 happened, and his brother was in the towers, and his brother survived, but they didn't know he was alive till like 4:30 in the afternoon. Jeez. And that day he called up his brother and said, I'm quitting my job, and I gotta do my passion. He's always played football and he was into sports. And so he called up which I think this is odd, but he called up some big name college coaches and said, can I be your GA? I think it was Michigan, maybe, at any rate. And they're like, sure. I'm like, well, that's an easy way to get a job. That's not real life. But at any rate, it got him in, and then got him.
Going in as a grad assistant. That's what a GA is.
Yeah. Is that what they're looking? I was looking at like general manager, but that's a GM. So he went in as a GA, okay, as a grad assistant.
And had to work his way up.
Then he had to go to school. But at any rate, I give him credit for it. So I really was hoping that they would win. I mean, they didn't. The loss wasn't bad. It was 14-19. That was one of those boring games to watch. But
hey,
great story.
Took Carolina, and that's my Survivor Pool week 1. I survived. We're moving on. Another week, another Survivor. Get everybody out of there.
It makes me think of the song. I will survive. I won't sing. That was horrible.
Yeah, we'll let the people sing.
Why I don't sing. Yeah, Steelers won, so they were good. Niners won over the Kitty Cats. I was fine with that.
Yeah, you're pretty happy weekend for the NFL.
College not so good.
Yeah, my key takeaway from this first week of the NFL is it's only 1 week. It's one game.
It's only week 1.
It's flush it and run and just get back to things again starting next week. Like,
there you go.
You can't let 1 week define your season. The Packers got their asses kicked. The Titans got their asses kicked. Buffalo lost at home. Atlanta got their asses kicked. Like these teams did not show up and decided to play week 1, which is
what were they doing?
I mean, it's week one. A lot of stuff.
Not ready.
Somebody
forgot to give them the memo.
But it's 1 week. It's week one.
I agree.
There are 16 more football games to be played for each team. You can go 16-1, and I would say that's a pretty good damn record.
Yeah, I think I agree with you completely. And I look back last year at Tampa Bay, and they did not start off very good. Mm-hmm. And then they won. Like they went on a winning streak. They won like 8 out of the next 9 games or 10 games or something. So,
well, talking about Tampa Bay, did you see? I don't know if you've seen this, but the last team that the Saints beat 38-3 was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year, and the Buccaneers went on to win the Super Bowl. So maybe this is saying something for the Packers.
Whatever.
They lost.
Whatever. Hey. You. That's good. That's your team. I want you to have dreams, Will. I've always said to my kids, you have to have dreams. Now I get concerned when they're not realistic.
It is, but very
still,
realistic.
You can dream.
Karen Rodgers is leading my team. We got a chance.
Yeah, Karen Rodgers. Hopefully she shows up at the next game. Doesn't stomp her feet. I just want him to here's the thing. I don't really dislike Karen Rodgers. I just want her to get her head back in the game. Yeah. So she leads. Be a leader.
By our next episode, if her head's back in the game, is her name going to change back to Aaron Rodgers, or are we going to keep calling her Karen Rodgers?
I don't know. I might end up just keeping it that way because you know me with my Freudian slips, my nicknames. It might always be Karen. She might be screwed. I'm even getting the pronouns correct as I go along.
Look at you. But
I'll tell you, I'm trainable.
So that was my big key takeaway from week one. It's just 1 week. Like,
yeah,
it's early.
I know. Don't get too excited. Everybody just take a breath.
Week one does not determine if you're going to make the Super Bowl or not. It doesn't. There's teams that looked really good, but there's teams that look really bad that just need to get clicking, and I think that they are able to do it. But
they do have to do that.
I think it's time for the great segment of picks. So do you have the picks from last week? Did you break?
No, you know. So no, this is what happened. So I had the picks. No, well, I can listen to the last episode. I have no clue. I had it on a sheet of paper, but I had it with all my work papers. So as I was cleaning my work papers out in my office, I have to get rid of stuff. So I'm like, oh, I can get rid of this, Oh, what is that? Oh, that's all I can get rid of this. And I threw it away. And then I remembered, oh my gosh. And then I thought, well, no big deal. I'll go tomorrow, the next day, I'll stop in the office before I go to my next hospital. Because the cleaning services hospitals are so packed and so short staffed that like cleaning in office areas gets done like maybe once a week. So I'm like, no problem. I'll pick it out of the garbage tomorrow. No, the one time I wanted garbage to stay in my office, gone.
Hey, so okay. Wasn't a good weekend for picking teams. We probably don't want to know the record anyways.
No, but I will listen back and then we will have a record. So next week we will have how our trend, we can trend it and track it, Will, to see if we have any process improvements to do along the way.
Yeah, okay, betting, go ahead. I'm happy I didn't go with my picks for the betting this weekend. Very successful on the 9-2 on the weekend, or 9-2 in college football on the weekend. NFL was a little more shaky. It was only 3-3, but I blame that on the fact I didn't watch many games because I was obviously announcing. And so I didn't really do as much homework. And so I didn't do so successfully but a 12-5 weekend is still a good weekend. I still end up with more money in my account Monday at the end of Monday than I did.
Because you had 12 wins.
Yeah, I had 12 wins.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great weekend.
And the big one,
I would be bragging about that.
I put a lot of money on the Hawkeyes to win, and that was a big winner. So that's really.
I get concerned when you put a lot of money. I'm hoping you mean like $30, because
sure, we can go with that.
You don't make your mother worry about whether or not you're going to be eating next week, or somebody's going to come knocking on your door.
Dude, I still go to work. I still have.
So if you ask to borrow money, I need to have you sign something before you borrow.
Already owe you $475. Already owe you $475. So.
Oh yeah, you do. You can start making payments on that, Mr. Moneybags. Hey. Let's go, Donald. Send me a check.
It's coming, but I have some games here that we're gonna pick this week. I got I think 6 college, 3 NFL. There's really not that many good NFL games on there. Actually, I'm going to add a 4th one right now. So we have 4 and 6. That equals 10 games. And that makes the records easy. So the first we're going to start in college. Virginia Tech against West Virginia.
Oh, man. I don't know either. I'm going to go Virginia Tech. What are they ranked right now?
West Virginia is not ranked, and Virginia Tech, I think, is like 16th, 17th, somewhere in there.
I should bring that up. Yeah, I thought I saw Virginia Tech.
They have a big one. They won. What are they? 17?
15th.
15th.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Virginia Tech.
Okay, well.
2-0. They just moved up 4.
Yeah, their big win was against North Carolina in week 1.
Okay.
And I'm also taking Virginia Tech. The second game.
Score.
Cincinnati versus Indiana.
Indiana.
Okay.
Hoosiers? That's who we're going with?
I'm going with that. I saw Indiana play against Iowa. They did not look good. They're playing another top 10 team this week in Cincinnati, so I'm going to go with the Bearcats.
You are? What's a Bearcat? Is that like a crossbreed thing? Sometimes these teams come up with these names. We got to get back on. Side note, here's an asterisk. We got to get back on sometime with this Washington football team naming thing, what their progress is.
They've narrowed it down to 3 teams, but no one knows the 3 teams that they narrowed it down to.
Okay, so that's the same conversation we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it hasn't moved forward. As soon as we get more news on that, we'll definitely.
Surprise. Washington, something's not getting moved forward.
Yeah, shocker. Must be going to the government. Third game here we got Purdue versus Notre Dame.
Oh, Purdue all the way. I hate Notre Dame.
I'm going with Purdue as well. I think Notre Dame, after 2 weeks of kind of barely winning against teams they should really have beat pretty handily. I think Purdue's going to get the best of them this weekend and win them. But I don't know. Side note here, we're getting off track with it, but that Notre Dame game against Toledo, Jack Cohen, before he threw the game-winning touchdown pass with about 45 seconds left, the play before, he dislocated his finger and he had it pop back in before he threw that pass. Isn't that crazy?
I heard that. Yeah. I heard that. And I wasn't understanding because he was throwing. And I'm like,
yeah, he dislocated it.
Oh,
he dislocated it. He ran over the sidelines. The trainer popped it back in. He went back and played.
Man, he's gonna feel that the next day. But dang,
okay,
that's awesome. Okay, that's what it's about.
One of the 3 big games coming this weekend in college football is Alabama versus Florida. Who are you taking?
Mm-hmm. I want to take Florida because.
Well, it's not what you want.
I want to see the upset.
Are you picking Florida, or do you want to see Florida but you're picking Alabama because you think they're going to win?
No. Alabama, I got a little sour taste in my mouth just because I don't know why. But I know they got a good coach. I'm going to go with Florida. I think Florida is going to come. I think they're going to come with their shoes tied, game face on, Gators in their back pocket, Gators on their face. I think they're going to be ready. And I think they have something to prove. So it'll be the upset because everybody's going to pick Alabama.
Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely an interesting weekend. I think Florida's going to ride in on Gators, and they're going to ride out on Gators carrying a big L after they get smoked by Alabama this week. They're going to get demolished. I don't think they can compete with Alabama's offense. Another big game. Auburn travels to Penn State for a night game.
I don't like Penn State, so I would pick Auburn. Dad told me I have to stop not liking Penn State because they're a good team. We have people that we know that went to Penn State. I just can't get past.
Yeah, didn't your Mel go to Penn State, or Mel's husband?
Mel's husband, Mike, went to Penn State, and then Trui went to Penn State. So here's the thing with Penn State. So I'm going to respect Penn State's tailgating for football teams. They party. They start their tailgating on Friday for their football game, and it ends Sunday.
Mom,
so they started.
You know how many people, Western Illinois, we start drinking on Wednesday if we really wanted to say
well, that's not for a football game. You can't say that's for a football game. That's just Western Illinois. Like Whitewater. Well, I guess Whitewater is dedicated because they drink all the time. Stout does. No, I'm just saying that I think
drink
that
on
that's
Wednesdays to start
that
pregame.
they have
Forget about the Western football game.
Their fans have a lot of pride around that football team, so I think that's really neat. I will not pick them still. I still want them to lose, but I just think that's cool. Like I think it's fun when fans really are passionate about their team like that.
I think Auburn's a good football team. I think Penn State's shown that they're a good football team. I don't think Auburn understands. I don't think Auburn understands what they're walking into a night game at State College. I think it's packed. It's loud. Hundreds. I think that they can fit up. There's about 106,000 people there.
You have got to be kidding me. That's enormous. That's insane.
Penn State has the second biggest stadium in college football.
Who is the first?
Michigan. They can fit 110,000.
Really? Michigan State.
No, Michigan. The Wolverines. The big.
Oh.
So Michigan can go.
I had no idea. Okay.
Michigan can do 110,000. Penn State, I think, is like 106 or 107. Then Ohio State's like 106, I think, too.
Man, that's a lot of freaking people.
So I'm taking Penn State. I just don't think Auburn realizes what they're walking into. They play in the SEC, and I get it. They play in some tough places, but you go into Beaver Stadium on a Saturday night when it's whiteout.
Wait, did you just say Beaver?
Yeah.
Their stadium's called Beaver Stadium.
I'm pretty sure.
Penn State's?
Yeah. I could be wrong. I'll look it up. I'll look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure it's.
I think you just have to be careful on how you phrase your sentences when you're talking about walking into a big old Beaver Stadium.
Yeah, it's Beaver Stadium.
What? Who named it Beaver Stadium? Who came up with that? That's insane.
It's named after James A. Beaver, a governor of Pennsylvania from 1887 to 91.
Oh my God. Okay. So I got nothing that's G-rated to say after any of that. So
yeah. So we're jumping to the next game.
Go Beavers.
No, the Nittany Lions. Penn State Nittany Lions, not Penn State Beavers there, pal. Relax. But we're going to jump to Arizona State at BYU. That's going to be the nightcapper on Saturday night. Both ranked teams.
I'm going to say BYU.
I'm riding the BYU Mormon train with you.
Are you? Woo, alcohol free.
They won't
pick up a wife along the way.
They won't drink, but I will. We'll drink for them.
Pick up a beaver along the way.
But no, that's a wrap for college games. It was 6. We're going to jump to the NFL. We got the 49ers and the Eagles in the first NFL game of the weekend.
Wait, 49ers is what you cut out?
And the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, Niners.
Okay.
Like, yeah, no brainer.
I'm running with you on the 49ers too. Chiefs, Ravens.
Oh, Chiefs. Like Chiefs, I don't even know. I know the Ravens have been good, but we still don't know what a Raven does. So, no. Mahomes all the way.
I'm going with the Chiefs too. I like the Ravens since they're at home, but there's too many injuries, and Lamar can't do it all. Lamar can't.
Such a logical reason to go with them. For me, it's just Mahomes.
Buffalo versus Miami.
Oh, the fish. I forget Miami's a team. I got a thing against Miami. Although South Beach is really nice. I'm going to go Buffalo.
Buffalo?
Yeah. I'd rarely pick Buffalo, too.
I think Buffalo gets back on track this week, goes down to Miami, wins.
Is that the Bills Mafia?
Yeah, Bills Mafia. And then the last NFL game I have is the Monday Night Football game, the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions.
Oh, that's going to suck. That's going to be probably one of the worst games ever. But Peyton and Eli will be announcing it, right?
They might be. Don't quote me.
Oh, man. Well, who are you picking?
Obviously, the green and gold. I think they really get back on track this week, and they play Detroit. And I bet you Aaron Rodgers throws for like 4 touchdowns, 325 yards, and goes off.
You're such a dreamer.
Wait till it happens.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the Packers, but I am saying this is a low-scoring game. I'm picking the Packers, and it's gonna be like a 7-3 win.
Okay.
Like it's going to be a pathetic game.
Interesting.
It'll probably be one of them that I start doing laundry during, or I Grandpa Bill freeze it so I can do other things and fast forward.
Gotcha. But
it's a neat. Look, hey, so I have to feature my wall.
Oh yes. For all our YouTube listeners, podcast, our Spotify listeners will not understand what you're even showing.
They will not. So this is our bear wall. So we have Walter Payton, the great, Didka's awesome. Okay. Then we have McMahon, who he ended up a little cray, but that's okay. He still got it done in 85 with 84, Didka.
84.
85 is when they won. It was 84, 85 season.
So 1984.
No, 85. I was in. No, it was 85, 86. It was 85 season. Are we gonna? I don't even know. Dad right now would be really upset with us that we don't know. I have it up there on the wall.
I'm looking up. It's 84.
It was 84, 85 season. I'm looking around at my other things.
Nope, you're right.
I'll show the other ones later.
85, 86.
Jesus. For the mom who doesn't know sports, I know that because I was in 5th grade when the Super Bowl Shuffle came in.
Yeah, who the hell cares?
Oh, man. You're going to be seeing that over your Christmas break.
Packers won 2 Super Bowls since then.
I know.
We'll shuffle to that.
You'll shuffle.
We'll do the Favre and Rodgers shuffle. The Favre and Rodgers shuffle.
You can do the Favre shuffle. And Rodgers got it handed to it.
No, he didn't. Relax. 16 in 2010, 11 going in.
I know.
He beat your Chicago Bears
Rodgers
in Soldier Field. Discount double check. Then beat the Steelers. Go Pack, go green and gold all the way. Cheesehead. Yeah, so this is definitely a beautiful wall you guys got back there at home.
Yes.
For how much I hate the Bears, I appreciate at least we don't get anything about like Jay Cutler, Rex Grossman. I can respect all those players because of Dick. Walter Payton's a great,
but he's like Bill Belichick. Like Ditka and Belichick. Like I would have pictures of Bill Belichick down here. I think that they're great. They're jerks, but they are awesome.
They're winners. They are
winners. And sometimes a winner, I'm sorry, in this Sally world we live in right now where everybody gets a participation ribbon for tying on their shoes and stepping on the field. You need to have some coaches that are going to give it to the players so they actually learn how to play and win.
I agree.
Yeah. What in the world was I can't even get into that. I can't even get in on that.
Don't even worry about it. Yeah. I think that wraps.
And I'll have to show you my baseball wall next time.
Yeah, we'll show the Cubbies wall. Gross next time.
Well, then we got our Rocky wall.
I think we should do Rocky Balboa next time.
My Rocky wall, that's awesome.
Yes.
So that's all I got right now, Will.
Yeah, that's all we have time for. That's all we got for episode 6 of Waking Up with Will Mom Edition. Fun time getting there. We're on Spotify, so if you don't want to listen to YouTube, you want to be traveling in your car. Put it on, listen in the car.
Go for a run. Yeah. Go for a walk. Put on Spotify.
Sit in your office. Listen to us on Spotify. Listen to us on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Will Thomas, SharonRateike. We'll be back next week. A lot more to talk about week 2 of the NFL college football. Wow. Baseball's going to be kind of wrapping up, so we might toss some baseball in the big news, anything breaking. Who knows? Shout out to Owen Pate, our number 1 loyal fan, likes every single tweet and has really interacted with us.
Then we got a shout out to Aunt Ree.
Uncle Elliot, Uncle Elliot. Shout out to them. They are always interacting.
Shout out and your grandma Cherney, Laura's mom, Cheney.
Yeah,
she always comments.
Always commenting. Awesome. We love the support. We love everybody that's really helping me with my career here of broadcasting. Having my mom.
We're really wanting him to start a career so he doesn't move back home.
Yeah.
So please watch and share.
Please make me come big. Make sure to check out ESPN Plus, WIU Women's Soccer, first ESPN production of the year. Broadcasted that 4-1 win. They're on a 5-game win streak right now. But yeah, that is all the time we have tonight, this morning, today. Have a great Wednesday. Goodbye.
See ya.